我们要同步，对不对
Okay.
We have to be in sync. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to giglifepro's Artist on Artist interview. Okay. Hey, wait a second. Whose kid is meowing?
I can't control him. He's just... I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is Lucy, and in Mandarin, sometimes people call me Lucy Auntie. I'm a musician, singer-songwriter, and this year I'm also trying to learn to be a producer, and I'm based in Taipei.
I'm sitting in the sadness and my tears, they felt like hell. Broke my heart and...
Hi, this is The Crane. I'm a singer-songwriter producer based in Taipei also, and released my album in 2021, and I'm writing my second album right now.
我只想听见你的声音，其他不在意。我只想抱着你的身体，其他不在意。
Okay, the first question for The Crane. How did you first start to make music, and what sort of artists inspire you?
I started off like back in high school, and at that time I was in a club, and we were like listening to rock music and form bands and playing covers. The music that we did was mostly like rock, like alternative rock or like metal and stuff, and I think that inspired me a lot. It's like consuming a lot of things all at once, and after that I think I started making my own music and writing my own songs, and yeah, it's natural. It became one of my hobbies, and I started to feel the responsibility to write more and to express more of myself. And I think artists like Radiohead inspired me a lot. Although after I started the project The Crane, and because my music is like mostly like R&B or like soul influenced kind of music, so I told people that like I get my inspirations mostly from like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, or Prince, or Earth and Wind and Fire. But I always think of myself as a guy in a band, or like a guy that loves rock music, or like, you know, rocker. I don't know, but it sounds cringe, but that's kind of my root. So I would say Radiohead. Yes.
Next question.
And where did your love of dream pop first come from? Who are some of the artists from this genre that you admire?
Dream pop.
Yeah.
So for me, I've never like purposely made a dream pop song. So I don't know how people identify my music genre as a dream pop, but for me, I never purposely made a song into a dream pop genre. And I think for me also Radiohead a lot, because when I was very young, I live in a very small island called Penghu, and then my stepfather is from New Zealand, so he listened a lot of Western music, and then at home he always played like Coldplay and then Radiohead songs, so I think it influenced me a lot. For Coldplay, it's a little bit more positive, and then Radiohead's more negative style, and I like them both.
Cool.
Yeah, I want my song also to be like this a little bit, you know, because in life we also have a happy moments and we also have a dark moments, and I like them a lot.
Do you think folk is the better word to describe?
I think my music genre is more like folk, but I don't think dream pop can identify my music genre, because I'm always, you know, I'm like a wind, and I like to try many different genres, and my songs, some of them are like pop, and then some of them are folk, and some of them even rock style. Yeah. And also I want to try electronic music soon. Yeah,
I know you can DJ, right?
Yeah, I can play the controller.
Because when we were like in a songwriting camp, and at nights after we finish writing songs, Lucy will be like on the speakers and just simply using Spotify or Apple Music, and she would be like run through all her playlist, and should be like the best DJ then. Yeah, I think you'll be great at electronic music.
You've called your music genre Ableton music and you've talked about creating with your laptop, but what is involved in talking it all to the live stage?
Oh, actually, why I called my music Ableton music is mostly because whenever I write, or I think not just me, maybe like most of the musicians, we don't open our computer or like open our DAW just to write a certain genre of music. Like even though people identify me as an R&B artist or singer-songwriter, I think whenever I open the computer, I just think about make music, and it can be in any genre. That's why I think Ableton music defines it well. But yeah, it's R&B. It's actually R&B. But because of my root, I started off like playing bands or playing rock music. So I think to bring it on stage is actually something natural, because most of my songs has certain elements like bass, guitars, pads, drums, and like kick, snare, and hi-hat. What about you, Lucy? You achieved massive success with your debut single, CACTUS. But how did that feel? Was it exciting or scary to have such a big audience so quickly?
My first single, CACTUS. It was right away took the first place of the Street Voice chart, the popular chart.
Oh my god.
On the chart, yeah. And then for me it was my first ever releasing any songs, and then everything for me it was new. I don't know anything about the music industry. I was just a college student, and then after that I got a lot of attention from the musician in the industry. And then also a lot of people follow me on Instagram. And then for me, the first moment, I feel actually very, very cool. But then afterward, I start thinking about other side like privacy, because many followers on Instagram. And then I start deleting a lot of pictures because I don't want to show my family's face. I don't want to show my friends' face. I only keep some picture that is more like a promoting picture, more like my face or maybe nature picture. And then afterwards, I got a lot of requests from performances and interview like this. And then for me, it was a little bit hard because I'm a very nervous person.
Really?
When I was a kid, I usually scratch my fingers a lot and then I even bite them. But now I don't bite them anymore. I think I found my way. And then every time before performance, I usually drink a whole bottle of wine for performance. Because I was very, very nervous. And then last year when I was touring, and I think I found my way. Before performances, I will make a hot tea.
Okay.
Same as today. Before interview, I make a hot tea, and then I can warm myself, and I can calm down a little bit.
So drinking tea is like the opposite of drinking alcohol, right?
Yeah, I think it's very hard because I was in such a young age, and then releasing songs, and then a lot of attention from the industry and then the audience, and then have a lot of fans afterward, and then have a lot of performances, and I even have to go abroad and performance abroad, and for me everything was just a lot. But I'm glad I found my way now.
That's beautiful. Okay, so it's my turn now.
Okay, next question, the third question for the Crane. If you could spend a day with any artist from any genre, from any moment in time, who would it be?
This is really a hard question. I was thinking, because I mentioned Radiohead, I was thinking that, maybe not them. Because if I have to spend a day with Tom York, I think that might not be happy. That might not be a great experience.
Left the pain at the grave, but I'm no longer the same.
If it's a day, I think it should be fun. So I'm going to choose Tyler, the Creator, because he's like one of my inspirations. And I think he's like the funniest guy that I can think of. I think spending a day with him, I might not even have to talk. I can let him just lead the whole day and all of the conversations. And I think that would be easy and fun. That's my answer. Let's see, what's the next one? Okay, Lucy, your debut album was described as an audio diary from a time spent touring Europe. What's the creative process behind the project, and what inspired you during its creation?
For me, everything was just still very new, and I didn't make the whole album in Europe. Actually, it was before Europe. Songwriting is a way to documenting my life. You know, some people they take a picture, and some people they film, take a video, or some people they write a diary. But for me, everything I wanted to record, I record on my phone. You know, the voice memories on the phone,
Yes.
or on iPhone, yeah. And before I didn't have any equipment, so I record everything on my cell phone with an iPhone headphone. And then you know there's an app called GarageBand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use GarageBand for all my demos, and with the iPhone headphone, everything very very simple. Yeah, after I send it to my producer, and then we make it together. But for me, this is a little bit like how I write my diaries. I transfer all my moments in life into audios. Yeah, as before, we didn't plan to have an album actually, but from time to time we went with the flow, and then one song, and then suddenly it's an album. Yeah.
Cool. Actually, I started off the opposite way because I usually started off from the computer, but most of the time I was just like typing stuff in it. And I think sometimes it stops me from imagining in my head. So I started to use the way that you create songs these past months, like recording it on iPhones and stuff. And I think even though I wasn't like touching instruments, but it expanded my imagination in my head. So I think it might be a better way for me right now.
Yeah, I think creating music, there's so many different ways. Sometimes you can start with an instrument, maybe just some chords on guitar, or sometimes you can start with a piano. Sometimes you can start with some words, or sometimes you start with a melody. Yeah.
Cool. Beautiful.
Okay, next question for the Crane. What do you hope to achieve with your music, and what is your biggest goal?
Actually, I think I started the project The Crane hoping only just to make an album of mine, an album that solely talks about my life and my experience throughout my life. And I think that's the dream. That's pretty much it. But I mean, if it's right now, I think one of my goals would be to expand my audiences, to reach a bigger audiences, and to communicate with more people, and to also tour more places like you do. And I think that would be the goal for now. Yeah. Okay, you've played live in many places around the world already, but where is your dream location to tour your music?
Yeah, I've played in Spain, Netherlands, and Lithuania before, but I also wanted to tour in maybe Iceland.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I want to
Dreamland
try.
for all the band lovers.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, that's the dreamland for everyone.
Iceland. Yeah, I wanted to try the instrument they made with ice. You know? Yeah, I want to have a whole new setting, and then in Iceland with a instrument that made with ice. I saw there's a violin and a cello that made with ice.
Also,
It's
all
very cool.
kinds of instruments.
Yeah, very impressive. Or maybe for me, maybe United Kingdom also, because I haven't toured there, and then I think the music there kind of influenced me a lot. Also, Radiohead and Coldplay, they're from the United Kingdom, so I also one day I want to tour there.
The superstars. Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Collaboration, European.
Why?
Because 2024 I also gonna prepare my second album, and then in 2026 after touring I wanted to make a maybe like single song with a European, maybe French or Germany or something like this. Yeah.
Project by project.
Yeah, single project.
Cool. Collaboration? Oh my god. Featuring with rappers and classical musicians. Performing live keyboard solos. Yes, that's what I do. Sometimes in my hometown, like in Taipei, I can carry my analog synth. I will like bring my OB6 on stage and perform a live solo for people. Because I used to like be a session player on keyboard. So, sometimes need to show off a bit of the licks that I'm preparing. Yes.
Performing live. Emotional. and real. Yeah, for me, when I sing, I like to in the monitor headphone, I like to put my voice very, very loud, because if I can hear very loud, then I can control it very detailed. I think that's the trick of my live performance, is to be very real, very emotional.
Oh.
At the GMAs, I think the performance is gonna be one of the last time I perform with my first album, because 2024 I also gonna bring my second album and then the new setting. Yeah, and then after 2024, 2025, I think I just wanna keep touring everywhere, and I might go to America tour. Yeah.
At the GMAs, I'll be looking good. I'll be wearing nice clothes, and it'll be a chill experience, because my shows are usually not like those very deep ones, but for you to relax and to forget about the things that happens in your life. And I think I'll release my album like at the beginning of 2025, and also we'll put up some shows at the end of this year.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. I'm Lucy, and then for me, this interview is a little bit nervous. Yeah, because me and the Crane, we usually speak in Chinese, and then this is a whole new experience. Yeah, I think it's very cool, and we can practice a little bit English, because we both want to extend our music to another country, to worldwide.
I really can tell that you're nervous. You just don't
I'm
put it
very
on your face.
nervous.
Thanks for having me, and I'm the Crane. Hopefully you guys had fun during this time, and I'm really happy to chat with LÜCY and English. Because I'm also one of her day ones since CACTUS and since the first album, and I'm always enjoying conversations with her, and hope you guys also think of it that way. Yes, see you guys later.